you. I'd like to call this meeting to order. This is a public meeting as required by the Drainage Act to afford affected landowners an opportunity to make representation with respect to the engineer's report regarding the Barron's Drain branches A and E. Does any member of council have a disclosure of interest concerning this proposal? Seeing none and hearing none. The purpose of the meeting is to discuss the technical aspects of the engineer's report for the Barron's Drain branches A and E. Concerns regarding individual assessments will not be dealt with until after the final report has been considered, adopted, and a provisional bylaw passed. A meeting for the Court of Revision regarding assessments will be scheduled at a later date, and notice will be mailed to the owner of every property that has been assessed into the subject drain. I'm now going to call on Jeff Brooks, our Director of Infrastructure and Community Services, to review the process to date.
Thank you, Mayor Martin. This drain report was requested by the municipality under Section 4 of the Ontario Drainage Act. The municipality appointed Brandon Winder of Spreet & Associates to prepare this report. Mr. Widner has filed his report dated December 15th, 2021, and notices were sent out to affected landowners and utilities, notifying them of tonight's meeting. This report for the Barron's Drain is mainly an administrative exercise to incorporate some of the changes that were made to the drain as a result of the construction to the new soccer field at Donyek Park.
Thank you. Now we're going to call on Brandon Widner to present the engineer's report to us.
Good evening, everyone. Tonight we have branches A and E of the Barron's Drain. So as Jeff said, this was some of the work with the park in Belmont. This is an existing drain. It has quite a history, the original drain being from 1918. So some of that drain is still in place. That is branch A in particular. And the reason it is called branch A and E is because we are abandoning a large portion of branch A in this report. And branch E is the new drain that was constructed by the municipality, and it's being incorporated. So all of the work, let's say, is in the what I would call the soccer field or the park. It hooks to an existing drain, which was constructed, I believe, in 2006 by report by John Spreet. And then that report, we came through the Belmont Farm Supply property up to the park, and there was a manhole there to connect to. The municipality has since connected to that manhole and ran branch E, essentially on the south limit of the park property. And then it ran all the way into the easterly part of the property, which is the Buchanan lands. Branch A essentially ran through Belmont Farm Supply further east and then went up to the Buchanan lands. So with the work done in the park, and it was completed a number of years ago, we are incorporating that, and we are abandoning a portion of branch A, including a portion of branch A that runs through Belmont Farm Supply. That drain that we are abandoning is from 1918. The municipality no longer uses it in their portion of the property. Belmont Farm Supply has since developed a large portion of the back of that property. The drain is still there, and they will use it, but it will become theirs. But then the drain does continue underneath the railway tracks, and then is in Malahide and connects back to the main drain. Since this report's been issued, I can tell you maintenance has been completed in the Malahide side, and that drain is still considered to be functioning. So the drain we're incorporating, branch E, it runs approximately 620 meters. It provides 2 stubs for the Buchanans. The Buchanans are the Malahide residents on this property because it's right on the town line. The new drainage coefficient for this, because it's being incorporated, was 19 millimeters, which is adequate for their agricultural lands. So the summary work is just incorporation of 632 meters and abandonment of portion of the branch A. So there is no construction being proposed That should be noted. There is a cost determined in this report, and it's divided among the owners. Another thing you'll see here is you are getting a new maintenance schedule for Branch A, which is helpful for when the municipality does maintenance in the future, as well as Branch E. So there's allowances provided for mainly yourselves and a portion for the Buchanan. So total cost of the whole project is mainly administrative, and it's approximately $7,200. And it is divided up amongst the owners, but the largest contributor is the municipality. Second to the Buchanans, who are receiving 2 improved outlets for a small portion of their agricultural property.
Thank you very much, Brandon. Diane, has any correspondence been received concerning this?
No correspondence has been received, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. Do any members of council have any questions concerning this drain? Go ahead, Deputy Mayor Marks.
Did I hear Brandon say there's no construction? So is this just like legalizing this? What has changed?
Brandon?
This is essentially, we're just incorporating it to ensure the Buchanans have a legal outlet going forward. Any construction has already taken place. Much of the project was completed, and Jeff will know the dates because he was probably involved, but I think 2 or 3 years ago, as well as I believe there was some work done before I issued the report to ensure that the Buchanans were connected to the existing catch basins.
Jeff, do you want to go ahead?
Yeah, sure. Just for clarification, the work was constructed at the time the soccer field was constructed. That goes back to, I believe, 2020 is when that work took place. And part of that branch was removed due to tiling of the soccer field. So it was reconstructed where you now see Branch E. So the work has already taken place and been constructed and paid for by the municipality as part of the soccer field work.
Thank you. Any other questions from council? Seeing none. If anyone who signed the petition wishes to withdraw their name from it, they may do so now by putting their withdrawal in writing, signing it, and filing it with the Deputy Clerk, Diane Wilson, at dwilson@centralalgon.org. Or anyone who has not signed the petition and wishes to do so may add their names to the petition at this time by contacting Diane Wilson at dwilson@centralalgon.org. Before I open the floor to questions from the affected landowners, be advised that if any affected landowner wishes to receive further information on the actions of council regarding the Barron's Drain branches A and E, please email Diane Wilson at dwilson@centralalgon.org or contact her by phone at the municipal office, 519-631-4860, extension 286. We will now open the meeting to questions from the public. If you're listening on your computer, tablet, or smartphone, please click the raise hand icon. And if you've called into the meeting using a telephone, please dial *9. The questions will be answered in a sequential order. When given the opportunity to speak, please provide your name and address for the record. Mr. Perrin will let you in. He will let me know if there's anyone coming or wanting to speak. Any of the ones, nobody's raised their hand? One last time, if you want to speak, you need to raise your hand or dial *9. No, still none. Okay. If there are no further questions, please be advised that any person wishing further information on the actions of council regarding the Barron's Drain branches A and E, please email Diane Wilson at dwilson@centralalgon.org or contact her by phone at 519-631-4860, extension 286. This meeting is now adjourned. Sorry, the provincial bylaw